Hello from Gardening at Douentza here in Ireland, and today I'm going to take you into the greenhouse again because there's some exciting buds coming. So I'm going to start by just giving a pan of the shelving, the top shelving here in the greenhouse, and across where we have some stuff on tables, and down the other side where I have my table, and myself and my son have breakfast here in the summer. It's our thing, me and Sam. The bubble wrap is still on, but I have taken it off up above because, as you can see, I need to open the overheads and it gets far too hot if I don't do that. So, you know, we do have some ventilation in here. Now I know the bubble wrap doesn't look great, but needs must for this year. Next year I'll hopefully be back to form, doing a proper clean up in spring and taking down the bubble wrap. And what's new since we were last here, not very long ago, and it's that I've planted my sweet pea in here in the greenhouse. And the reason for that is because obviously sweet peas are beautifully scented and I want to enjoy these. I don't want to stick them somewhere in the garden where it's going to be far away from anywhere I'm going to be this summer. So the sweet pea have been planted in here, lots and lots of them around each of these 6 stakes, and hopefully they'll produce masses and masses of scented flowers all through the summer. Here we have my smaller Agave attenuata on the table, and that does need potting on, so, well, it looks good there for the moment, but I'll need to do something more sensible with it. The Protea on the left looking absolutely amazing with 4 flowers in full flower. Some Aeoniums here, and what else have we got that's new? Now obviously the staging has been, well, more permanently decked out with Begonias interspersing the succulents now at this stage. And down below we have some big epiphyllums. These are my 2 big ones, the Deutsche Keiserin on the left and the Cooperi yellow one on the right, and they're in bud, so that's to look forward to. Some begonias behind, that's a Haemanthus, natalensis, yeah, flowers in September as I recall, and then some smaller succulents that aren't doing very much. I think I mentioned before how my succulents seem to be breeding because every time I look there are more, and that's the case here. At the front, Trevesia, this is my biggest Trevesia, looking good, and Bartlettina, 2 of the Bartlettinas that are grown from cuttings. Moving along here we have some epis at the back that seem to have some kind of scale on them, so I'm going to have to treat them. And here we have my auricula and marginata primroses. Now it is too warm for them in the greenhouse normally, so I'm going to have to move those out. And Nerines down the end, and well, some more stuff down there in the corner. And here we are in that corner. This is a Bletilla I bought in France last year. Poor thing should have gone in the ground. Haemanthus has just been divided. Epidendrum needs a bit of TLC. And some of my Amorphophallus, that one is coming up, and that one there is in leaf. I don't think I'm going to have any flowers this year, but so it goes. And my bouffon there at the back lost its leaves, but it's got new leaves coming from the centre, so that's good. That one there, Haemanthus humulus. Moving up that shelf we have the Disas that I showed before, and they are making good progress. Lots of buds coming. And over here my Proteas, the ones that I grew from seed. I'm going to have to pot these on this year, so yeah, that's another day's work, isn't it? So just turning around now and walking up this staging again. Cymbidiums, the last of the flowers, looking very kind of mottled at this stage. And is there anything I need to show you? Oh yes, look at this gasteria. It's in full flower. And I didn't notice this last time because it was in the bottom staging. and the spike came up and started growing horizontally because it couldn't get past the staging. So I completely missed it, but I'm really pleased with that. Look at that. Here we have a little annual I grew from seed, which I've decided to put in a pot, and that's what it's called, Nemophila, and it's called Penny Black. So lots and lots of little black flowers. When I came back from holidays, this is the one that had completely flopped and I thought was a goner, but I gave it some water and it popped up again, so well, it must want to live. Anyway, I decided with the annuals, you know, most of them I just put them in a pot and enjoy them in the greenhouse, because that's where I'm going to be this summer. Again, we've got some of those China asters, the blue China asters there, so that's good. And what else has there been since we were last in here? Oh, this Hatiora rosea has started to open. Quite pretty. Another few of the peanut cactuses are open. Syningia has a lot more flowers and they look a lot better than when we last looked at them just a few days ago. And this is really surprising. Look, it's a hippiastrum and it has a flower coming, and there's another flower spike down there, so we can see it. Now the story with this hippiastrum is amazing, because I had it in the greenhouse last summer, and that's fine, but when autumn came I didn't bother to bring it into the house. Now hippiastrums need warm temperatures, and I knew it wouldn't survive in the greenhouse, but you know, they are actually very cheap here in Ireland. In the supermarkets you can buy them for like $1.99 in autumn, so I never bothered with this. And okay, so I checked it out in spring. Not only is it still alive, but it's got 2 flower spikes, so wow, I think it's definitely a keeper. That was a complete surprise. Here's Begonia. This is the one that was, it's not a sycamensis, it's a collected one that hasn't yet been assigned a name. You'll see the full list of all of the plant names in the details on this video. Just behind it, this little Gasteria also has a bud in there. Can you see that? So that's going to be quite interesting to watch. The epiphyllums still growing their buds. This one, the Deutsche Keiserin, that is Deutsche Keiserin. The flowers open quite pale. I remembered because this big one down below is also Deutsche Keiserin, and the state of the buds were exactly the same as the state of the buds on this one, which I was doubting to be Deutsche Keiserin. This is the King Midas one, which is going to have a lovely orange flower, not a yellow flower like I said last time round. So I'm looking forward to that. Now I'm just giving you a long view of the greenhouse, but I have saved the most exciting news for last. So let's just go down here and check out what I have coming. That orange is looking absolutely amazing. So many flowers. The scent is magnificent in the greenhouse. And I got this last Mother's Day from my son Josh, because he was a redhead, and orange hair we used to always say, so oranges from an orange hair. And my son Sam, who is blonde, gave me the lemon, so that was really quite nice. Anyway, the exciting news I wanted to tell you about was my Plumeria, yeah, Frangipani Plumeria. And if we look over here, that, unless I'm very much mistaken, is a bud in Ireland. Plumeria buds in Ireland. Now I've had this plant for 3 years. It was given to me as a cutting from a friend, the only other friend I know in Ireland who actually has plumerias. And it comes into the house in winter because these plants require a 10-degree minimum. And it's never flowered for me, obviously. So it's been sorely neglected all winter. Just hasn't even woken up after dormancy. Yet we have a bloom. So that is really, really exciting. The other one, this one is a yellow one I bought in a flower shop in Italy. Also the same year. It must have been the year for Plumerias, for frangipanis for me. So that's really, really exciting, and we look forward to that. And down here underneath this staging shelving, we have a Plumeria, originally grown from seed, and I overwintered it in the greenhouse, and it grew and grew, and it has grown up in among the shelves and wrapped inextricably around the metal framework. So I am not going to be able to get this out without breaking it. It's going to produce flowers soon. So I just decided to leave it. It can stay there if it really wants to stay there all that much. And finally, I want to do a shout out to a channel I've been meaning to do a shout out to for a good while now. But, well, anyway, I'm doing it now. The channel is Orchids and Fynbos, and the lads who have it are in South Africa and bring us an amazing array of trips to various places in South Africa where they show us the fantastic flora that's there. Fynbos, as we all know, is a term used for a category of plants that grow specifically in South Africa. They tend to like acidic soil and well-drained soil, and the Protea we're looking at falls into that most wonderful category. Really, the Fynbos plants are, well, very exciting ones with very exotic looking flowers. So please do check out that channel, and yeah, and subscribe, and I'm sure you won't regret it. Okay, so that's all for the moment. Hope you liked this video, and if so, then check back for lots more. Thanks very much for watching. Bye now.